It's a sport that requires focus, precision, and hours of practice. Synchronized skating has its roots here in Metro Detroit.
And members of one of the world's top teams thinks their sport deserves a spot in the Olympics. Jamie Edmonds shows us how it works and what needs to happen to get it to the Olympic stage.
Synchronized skating began here in Ann Arbor in 1956. 60-plus years later, the tradition continues with an elite team called the Hawkettes.
Lift up. Being the first synchronized skating team in the world means that we've had a lot on our shoulders to carry, I think. I don't think it's something that we have built. I think it's something that we've carried with us since the beginning. Skate, skate, skate big!
Dr. Richard Porter was a University of Michigan professor who loved skating. He came up with the idea of precision skating in 1956. He helped create programs for the girls of the Ann Arbor Figure Skating Club to perform between periods of Michigan hockey games. The Hawkettes were born. The first synchronized skating competition was held 20 years later. In 1984, the first U.S. national championships for the discipline were held. These days, it's called synchronized skating. 19 members make up the junior team Hawkettes, 16 skate in competition.
We have at least a competition a month lately once the season starts.
Evie Lem and Emma Nizak have been members of the Hawkettes for years. The teens say synchronized skating has all the elements of the other figure skating disciplines except for the jumps.
Yeah, that's gonna be good!
Synchro is really a culmination of all the disciplines of figure skating. Like, you have to have the strength and the speed of a single skater. You need the unison and the edge quality and the precision of pair skaters and ice dancers. So it really is just a combination of all the sports.
And you have to complete all of those moves in unison.
Rotate, rotate, hook. In the sport of synchronized skating, you have to be able to keep count. You have to match perfectly.
There are more than 600 teams and 5,000 athletes competing in synchronized skating, but it's the only skating discipline not included in the Olympics. The Hawkettes believe that should change.
I think it completely deserves to be an Olympic sport. We've all worked very hard, and I think it is just as interesting as any other sport to watch at the Olympics. We are true athletes, and it'd be really nice to be recognized.
When was the last time you saw someone with blades on their feet get thrown into the air? They're doing the same things as those elite athletes, but they're doing them on top of each other.
In Ann Arbor, Jamie Edmonds, Local 4.
Wow. Well, there was a push to make synchro an Olympic sport back in 2018, but the attempt was unsuccessful. Those in charge will try again for the 2026 Winter Games.